Good morning, students. In the last video, I have explained about the schemes for the welfare of women, and with that, I have completed the fifth unit, that is Election Commission, and the next unit is the only one unit is remaining, that is fourth unit, chapter 4, Local Administration. So, in that, the first concept is District Administration Head. He is also called as the district magistrate or a district collector or deputy commissioner. All these are the names for the district collector. So, a district magistrate, often abbreviated to DM, so that is the short form, is an Indian Administrative Service, that is IAS officer, who is the senior most executive magistrate and chief in charge of the general administration of a district in India. So here the district collector, who can become a district collector, he is the Indian IAS officer. The IAS officer can become a district collector, DC. So he is the chief in charge of the general administration of the district in India. So since district magistrate are responsible for collection of land revenue in the district, the post is also referred to as the district collector. Since the district magistrate, he will collect the revenue of a particular district, that is land revenue, that is property tax and all. So he is called as the district collector, and as the office bearer works under the supervision of the divisional commissioner, the post is also known as a deputy commissioner. So based on his work, his name is segregated. So his name is he got many names for his post based on his different works. So since he is the office bearer of the works under the supervision of the divisional commission, he is also known as the deputy commissioner. So the district magistrate or district collector or deputy commissioner are the same. Next is the role and function of district collector. So what is the role played and the functions performed by the district collector in the district administration? The first one is the revenue administration. So historically, the collection of revenue has been the first function of the district collector, as the very title collector signifies. So his title itself signifies that district collector. So his duty is to collect the revenue of the district, revenue of the land of the district. So he is still the head of the revenue administration in the district. So he is the head of the revenue department or administration of the district, and he is responsible for the collection of the revenue to the state government through the board of revenue. As the head of the revenue administration in the district, the collector is responsible for the following function. So we'll see what are the functions. So first one is to collect the land revenue. So his function is to collect the land revenue, that is property or land revenue. Next is to collect other government dues. Other government dues, he has to collect other government charges. Next is to maintain land records. So all the land property records will be maintained by the DC. Next is to exercise the power of land acquisition officer, that is acquiring land for the purpose of colonization, industry, slum clearance, capital construction and so on. So in order to acquire the land, so if you want to acquire the land, so all the activities relating to the acquisition, maybe for the purpose of colonization, industry, in order to construct an industry, then some clearance and capital constructions, for all this purpose, if they are acquiring the land, then that should be that is the responsibility or function of the DC. Next is to implement land reforms. If the DC wants to do any reforms or changes in terms of land revenue, then he can do. Then to look after the welfare of the agriculturist. So here the agriculturist also comes under here. So in order to look after the welfare of the agriculturist also comes under here. Next is to make an assessment of losses of crops and recommend relief during natural calamities like fire, drought, and flood. So if the agriculturist or any other people, if they have suffered from the natural calamities, that is the fire, flood, earthquake, then the DC has to pay for it. They have to provide for the losses of crops, or any flood relief they have to provide. So all these are the functions of the district collector. Next function is the law and order administration. So the district collector, in his capacity as the district magistrate, is ultimately responsible for the maintenance of law and order in the district. So he has to maintain the law and order, he has to give the order, and he has to follow the law in the district. For this purpose, the district police force, headed by the district superintendent of police, that is DSP, is kept under the control, supervision, and direction of the district magistrate. So, the Indian Police Act of 1861 vests the police administration of the district in the district superintendent of police, under the control of the district magistrate. So in order to control the district magistrate, the DSP is appointed. So thus there is a system of dual control of law and order administration in the district, that is the control by the district magistrate and the control by the department line by the Director General of Police. So the law and order will be divided. So half will be controlled by the district magistrate, that is DM, and remaining will be controlled by the Director General of Police, that is Police Department. So the district collector, in his capacity as the district magistrate, perform the following functions. So in his capacity, what are the functions comes, he will perform that. First is to dispose all the petitions received from the government and others. So he will dispose all the laws and orders that are given by the state government. Then to inspect the jails. So here the district magistrate or district collector, he has to inspect the jails, maybe once in a month. So whenever he will be free, he has to inspect the jails, to submit an annual criminal report to the government. Next is his duty is to submit the annual, every year how many criminal, so every year's criminal record should be submitted to the government. Next is to supervise and control local bodies. So he has to supervise and control all the local bodies, municipality, panchayats, gram panchayats and all. So he has to look after and supervise and control that. Next is to control and direct the action of district police. So he has to control the district police as well. Next is to recommend schemes for the development of forest. So in order to develop the forest, so he has to recommend the schemes for the development of the forest. So this is about the second function, that is law and order administration. Next is the last one, development administration. So before independence, the developmental role of the collector was not that important, as British India was a police state concerned mainly with the regulatory administration. After independence, what happened? With the initiation of the development planning strategy, the development role of a collector became significant. So before independence, the district magistrate, he did not have that much control capacity. So after independence, he got the control capacity, or the development role of the DC has improved, or it has become important, and he has become a pivotal figure in the implementation of development programs. So he has become the important persons. He has got the authority to implement the development programs in order to develop the society or a district. He has got the right to implement the development programs. However, the position in this regard is not same in all the states. The position of the DC is not same in all the states in case of implementing the development programs. So broadly, they have emerged two distinct patterns of development administration in the district. One is the Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan and other states pattern, and other is Maharashtra and Gujarat pattern. So in the first pattern, that is Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan and other states, the collector is made responsible both for the regulatory and development administration. As such, he looks after the revenue, magisterial and development activities in these states. And all the district level officers engaged in the implementation of development programs function under the supervision, guidance and leadership of the collector. That is for the in the first pattern. And in the second pattern, found in Maharashtra and Gujarat. It is applicable only for the Maharashtra and Gujarat, and that is for all the remaining states. The collector is in this Maharashtra and Gujarat pattern, the collector is made responsible only for regulatory administration. Here he has to look after only for the regulatory, that is control. The development administration in these states is made the responsibility of the Jilla Parishad. So the DC don't have the power to for development administration. He has the power of only the regarding the this regarding the administration development, only the regulatory administration. So here they don't have the power of development administration. That is given for the Jilla Parishad, and all the district level officers engaged in the implementation of the development program function under the administration control and supervision of the Jilla Parishad. Also all the implementation of development program is done by the Jilla Parishad in state of Maharashtra and Gujarat. So this is about the DC, that is district collector or district magistrate role and function. Thank you.